Hello, everybody. Welcome to Guerilla Sports Daily. I am hosting today. Liv Moods here. Happy Thursday. It's almost Friday. It's Friday Eve. Woot woot, raise the roof. We're excited. The weekend is almost here. We've got some things to talk about. If you're just now joining, we'll just wait a little bit for some more people to come in, but feel free to drop comments, questions, whatever you want in the chat. If we have time for it today, I'll get to some of them, talk to you a little bit. But for now, we've got to jump right into some NFL talk. As we know, training camps are underway across the NFL right now. The Broncos officially starting theirs tomorrow. We're hoping to have our very own Nate Jackson there getting us some information before we have our Broncos show tomorrow so we can get some inside information for you guys and get that out to you. So we have training camps happening all across the NFL right now. One in particular, though, that really caught my eye was the Texans practice. This happened yesterday. Derek Stingley Jr. threw Dalton Schultz to the ground at Texans practice yesterday. I'll let you guys watch this a little bit, but a lot of the media outlets, people took to Twitter immediately wanting to blame Stefon Diggs. Now, this did happen because of a play that knocked Stefon Diggs to the ground. A hard hit on him from Jimmy Ward. So you've got a little offense, defense going on here. And I wanted to open the conversation with, are training camp fights maybe a good thing? Let me be clear, not all of them. We've seen helmets flying towards heads. We don't want that kind of thing. But this one in particular, I will say, I don't see anything wrong with this particular fight. We have a defense that's proving they're aggressive and can knock people over. We love that. And we have an offense that's showing they've got each other's backs. I don't think that's a bad thing, especially when you have Stefon Diggs, who is brand new to this offense. He's coming from the Buffalo Bills. We know that he wasn't super happy where he was at in Buffalo. So kind of cool to see the offense already having that connection, having that bond, defending each other, having each other's backs. And the defense is showing that they can fight. They can push each other around. I think that's a great thing. So sometimes I think these training camp fights are good. It shows that there's already some excitement within the team. There's already some aggression, some competitiveness, and that's stuff that you want to see early with your football team. So not mad at the Texans kind of getting into it a little bit, but I am mad about something else. Joe Burrow getting bored should never be a thing, okay? When asked about this new prison break hairdo, he said, I got bored. Don't ever get bored again. Okay, you're a quarterback in the NFL. Find something to fill your time, because this, I'm not sure what's going on. All I know is millions of bandwagon Bengals fans who have loved and adored Joe Burrow are probably no longer Bengals fans, because this is not his look. No offense. Maybe he's onto something. I always like to say that when they change up their look dramatically. When Jalen Hurts shaved his face, I'm not sure if you guys saw that. It was a flipping jump scare. But you know what it made me do? It made me place a futures bet on Jalen Hurts to win the Super Bowl, because I had to tell myself he knows something we don't. Because why on earth would he do that? He went from GQ to a neighbor that you've never seen before. I was not sure who this man was. I was scared. So Joe Burrow, maybe he's got something up his sleeve. We know he was battling injury last season. He's back. He's feeling some type of way, clearly, because when has he ever done something like this? So maybe it's worth a futures bet on the Cincinnati Bengals. Maybe this is their year. Maybe Joe Burrow knows something we don't. But all I know is it's not his look. It freaked me out. He's a good-looking dude, but this hairdo, not really for him. It's giving prison break, not quarterback in the NFL. But what do I know? Anyway, yes, like I said, lots of training camps across the NFL happening. Hopefully we will have more information for you on the Denver Broncos here shortly. I think there's a lot of excitement there. I've already seen some conversations happening based on practices that I will talk with Nate Jackson about tomorrow. We'll get into all of that. So we'll pause on the NFL talk for now, and let's actually get into some MLB conversations. Today's show may be short and sweet. Obviously, as the Olympics progress, we'll have more to talk about here. Jesse and I were actually just having a conversation about the Olympics. He had what I would consider not a hot take. Maybe some of you felt that way, that the Olympics just don't feel as exciting anymore. They just don't. They're not as, I remember being young and waiting for the Olympics and sitting in front of the TV, and maybe it's just a me thing. Maybe I just need to find that excitement again. Maybe I'm the one that's just bored and it's not a global thing. But it does feel like we don't have as much excitement around the Olympics anymore. Hopefully we get some exciting things so that we can talk about them right here on Guerilla Sports Daily. But we'll pause on that. Let's get into some MLB. A game that I have always considered to be pretty slow and boring. And this type of slow, actually, that we're about to show you, ended up being quite entertaining. Check it out. Slow, slow, slow and steady wins. Okay, so if you're not sure what that was, ldemaro Vargas, second baseman,
look like Nolan Ryan.
in this game, and stung the
33.
broadcasters with 33-mile-per-hour pitch. It looks like something I would throw if I were just horsing around. And, if they asked, hey, Liv Moods, will you throw the first pitch for this game? I have a feeling it would look something like that. 33 miles per hour. Do you know that the average fastball speed of a professional pitcher in Major League Baseball is roughly 92 to 93 miles per hour? Now, let's cut him some slack. He's a second baseman. He got called up to pitch. I wouldn't call him a pitcher. But 33 miles per hour is slow, wickedly slow. And it looked fun and it looked funny and it was entertaining and it kind of made me want to clown him, to be completely honest. And then he shut me up pretty good with one of the coolest catches I think I've ever seen a pitcher have. I mean, come on. So truly, I've never been a baseball girl, but very entertaining stuff from this particular MLB game just with Vargas alone. I mean, 33-mile-per-hour pitch. The broadcasters were even stunned, like, what was that? And then just to round out the top of the ninth, he has a catch that I don't think I've ever seen before. So proving how athletic these athletes in the MLB have to be, the quickness in which he caught that ball, I don't know. I don't know how he did it. This is why I don't play in the MLB. Surprise. So super cool. Made baseball a little entertaining for me because typically I'm not a fan, as you guys know. Let's talk a tiny little bit of NBA, but more specifically inside the NBA. As we know, there has been a battle of sorts in terms of TNT still having the rights to inside the NBA. We know Amazon touched Thursday Night Football and they ruined it. I hate it. I don't want to watch it. It's the worst football you can find on your television screen. I don't want to see inside the NBA touched by Amazon and ruined for good. This is the best sports media show out there. The combination of these guys, the way they talk about the NBA, the personalities that they have, it's just excellent. Chef's kiss. Now, Adam Silver must hate us or something. That's the only thing I can think of at this point as to why we're having this problem. The NBA released a statement stating that Warner Brothers Discovery did not match the terms of Amazon Prime, and they are agreeing to a long-term agreement with Amazon. Basically saying, Warner Brothers, I know you came out and said you matched it. No, you didn't. No. The NBA is saying that's a lie. That did not happen. Okay. Well, not so fast, because here comes TNT with some words. They actually said, we most certainly did match that offer, and they plan to take appropriate action against the NBA. Adam Silver, you do not know what's coming for you, okay? Because let me tell you something. TNT, the army of people that are around TNT right now is sickening. You are in for a world of hurt. Adam Silver is not one for the people, but TNT is. Inside the NBA, we need you. We need this to stick around. It's so great. And I'm hoping if it does stick around, maybe Charles Barkley comes out of retirement. We know he's claimed he's got one more year left on our TV screens. Would hate to see that. Would hate to see him go. So the inside the NBA war has begun, and I am here for it. Chat, how are we feeling? Those are the things I wanted to talk to you about today. We had a little bit of NFL, which we're going to start getting more and more into. We had a little bit of MLB, and we also had some NBA, inside the NBA to be more specific. But chat, how are we feeling? What are your thoughts? What are your feelings? I would love to hear from you. Some Olympic talk here. Many good athletes slash swimmers gone. I would agree. It's so funny because we were just talking about when Michael Phelps had that scandal, the drug scandal, it was like kind of felt a little earth shattering. Like he was representing the USA and this was like our shot at getting a gold medal was tarnished and you felt like you lost trust with this guy. I mean, it was a very big deal, but Jesse and I were just talking a little bit about, I'm going to just say happy Thursday, come hang. I'm just putting that on Twitter to let people know that we're here. But Jesse and I were just talking about this, and Jesse already, I didn't realize Jesse already said the exact same thing I said this morning. So we're on the same wavelength here. But I think that we are too connected to athletes nowadays with these things called cell phones. We see their daily routine. We see them make a bowl of cereal, drink their coffee. Jesse was saying these athletes used to have these cool little pre-game or pre-event dances that we were excited to see and got to see for the first time on TV. Now we've seen them 150 times before they even get to Paris, okay? We've seen everything. We've seen 45 different tournaments. We've seen practices. We've seen whatever it is. We've seen it. We get access to these athletes so quickly. It's so readily available, their daily lives and their sport and their craft, that when they get to the Olympic level, it's less cool. Still cool. They're in the Olympics, still cool. But I remember when I was younger and the Olympics would roll around, you're almost seeing these athletes that you only get to see every 4 years. Now, not really, you can still catch them in their games in the USA and whatnot, their meets, if you like gymnastics, whatever it may be. You can still watch them, but we had way less access to athletes years ago. And now it feels like you follow them every day. So they're just on a flight to Paris, nothing new here, nothing crazy. And I do feel like it's lost some of its magic. It's like Christmas time. When you stop believing, you stop receiving. It's not as fun, okay? So I'm just saying, I feel like we've lost a little magic. Maybe I just need to unfollow all athletes on social media so that it's a little more special when they finally get to the Olympic level and you get to see them for the first time. I mean, again, like Simone Biles was typically somebody that I saw in the Olympics and it was like, there she is. I've missed her. I've heard about her marriage drama. I've heard about her husband. I feel like we're homies. I know this girl, okay? So it's a little less cool when she's on my screen for the Olympics because my phone keeps me way too locked, way too accessible these athletes have become. And it's probably sad actually for them as well, and probably been difficult for them as well because people feel like they have the right to speak on their lives and be in their business, but really it's just social media. It makes everything a little too accessible nowadays. So maybe that's why it's lost its magic and its charm. And maybe it hasn't lost its magic and its charm and it's just me. And you're like, Olivia, this is a you issue. Leave it over there. You and Jesse are the only weirdos out there. We don't feel this way. Maybe that's the case, but I don't think that is the case. I do think it's lost some magic. So let me know if you agree. Chat, how are we feeling? Anything else? Anything else? They did match the offer, but the NBA knows they'll get extra money with every Amazon Prime subscription. It's all greed-based, unfortunately. I gotta say something. Amazon is... I, myself, keep Amazon afloat, okay? And I know I'm not the only one. So it is no secret Amazon has quite the budget, okay? They are probably one of the most financially sound businesses out there, because you do have to consider Amazon has now become a subscription-based situation. It's also got its own basically TV network, Prime Video. It has expanded so much from what was just a delivery service of anything you could possibly need to now subscriptions and live streams and Prime Video and now potentially inside the NBA. So got to respect the hustle of Amazon, but I don't think that they have maybe mastered all that it takes to be a media company. They're not a media company, right? TNT gets to specialize in this specifically, which is why they're able to help make shows like Inside the NBA so great. I personally don't like watching Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime. I just don't. It's not my favorite. I give Amazon a hard time, like they've ruined Thursday Night Football. Honestly, most of it's just the matchups that we get are just horrible and always have been. But I do think that Amazon has money, but maybe they don't always have the knowledge to be a media company because that's not how Amazon started. So I don't know. I agree with you. It probably is greed-based. I never liked the idea of Amazon. Why are they trying to touch everything? It's true. They are. They're kind of trying to put their hands on everything. And do you think that's a control thing? I mean, Amazon has, like I said, at one point started as a delivery service, now has become everything. I mean, there's not one thing you can't get through Amazon for your everyday life. It does feel like it's a little maybe much. Maybe Amazon's taking over our entire lives, which based on the amount of empty Amazon boxes in my garage, I would say I'm already halfway there, unfortunately. But yeah, they might just end up ruling the world here soon. I mean, you got to be pretty smart to have a business that's this thriving. So maybe not a horrible thing, but yeah, a little scary. They do kind of feel like they're putting their hands on everything at this point. So with you there. Anything else from the chat today? How we feeling, chat? Happy Thursday, Friday Eve. What? Oh my gosh. Saying a prayer for you and your health. Scary, scary. Everybody, please send well wishes because that is super, super scary. Praying for you, absolutely. And thank you for sitting here and hanging out with me on this Thursday morning, despite everything you have going on in your life. Really, truly appreciate it more than you know. And really, seriously, thinking about you on this Thursday and the many Thursdays upcoming. Please keep me posted on anything that you find out because that is very, very scary. And I'm going to be thinking about you. So everybody drop some well wishes in the chat, please, because that is definitely scary. Bezos is a big sports guy, so it doesn't surprise me. He wants to buy an NFL team. Knock it off, Bezos. Keep your greedy little hands off of the NFL. You've already done it. You've already done a little bit, and we don't need any more of it, okay? But again, like I said, to be Bezos, you have to be pretty smart, right? To be that successful, to be that rich, to have such a flourishing business, you have to be smart. There's intelligence that's required to be that kind of a person. But not everything is for everybody, I personally like food, but that doesn't mean I should be managing a restaurant. I have no business doing that. I'll eat the food. Just like Bezos, you can watch the NFL. You don't have to be in there touching it. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Okay, Bezos? That's all I got to say. Anyway, chat, I feel like that is all we have for today. We talked a little bit of NBA. Inside the NBA, does Adam Silver hate the people? Is he one with the people or does he hate us? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. We've got the MLB. Maybe, possibly, is Liv Moods becoming a baseball fan? I might be. I went to a Rockies game last week, had the time of my life, ate 100,000 snacks, and it was wonderful. And now I'm watching second baseman be pitchers and light it up like it's a entertainment show. Love that. And then we've got the NFL. Training camps are underway. I'm sure we'll see plenty more fights. We'll see lots of QB to whatever receiver we've got our eyes on, okay? And the Broncos tomorrow officially. Training camp is underway. Already hearing some whispers about who Sean Payton likes and who's standing out. And Nate Jackson and I will be sure to touch on all of that tomorrow. He is going to go to training camp, hopefully, and get us some inside scoop. And then today, 2 p.m. Mountain Time, I will be talking all things Denver Nuggets and decoding some words by KCP that we saw on a podcast. What did he have to say and what do I have to say about what he had to say? Okay, 2 p.m. Mountain Time. We'll see you there. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy Thursday. We will see you again tomorrow morning. Today, yes, we've got shows happening today, but tomorrow morning for more Guerrilla Sports Daily with Jesse. We'll see you then. Thanks for hanging. Have a wonderful Thursday. Bye.